I just want Thailand to be good, and no matter good or bad, I still love my country. So I hope you understand as well. So emotion. I talked with you about Save and Seal plan in another video, and this video I have some news to tell you. Thai government are going to start to have Save and Seal plan at the first city, which is in Phuket on the 1st of October. So if you're interested, don't miss this video. สวัสดีค่ะ It's me Teya Suchira. If you want to know more about Thailand, please make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you will not miss anything about my country. As you know that Thailand, we need a lot of tourists because so many people work in tourism, and the city which is like a big hit is also in Phuket. Because Phuket is just like an island, and almost 100% people make money from tourism. So once when we have situation, it seems like more than 130,000 people lost a job in Phuket. So this is very sad to hear about it. And when Thailand starting to plan to have Safe and Sealed, this kind of idea, they wanted to let Phuket as the first city and see what it's going to be like. So they call this idea as Phuket model. Usually Phuket, they can earn money for like 400 million baht. But since the beginning of this year, they just lost the income for like 160,000 million baht already. So they think like, if Thailand still close the country, Phuket is going to be like, no. Yeah, I totally understand, but in the same time, the country has to be very cautious. So they are not going to open the country. They're not going to open international flight. It's not going to be like a commercial flight, at least at the beginning when they are trying to do these kind of things. So on the 1st of October, it's going to be like they expected to have high-end tourists first. And it's just because they think like they don't want to have too many as a quantity. They don't want quantity, they want a quality. So less people, less crowded, and it's probably safe, but they still make money. This is what I thought. This is what I thought, okay? Not what the government tell me. It's just because of the country cannot totally, it's just because of the country cannot totally open for whoever can come, but at the same time they cannot refuse that they need money. That's why they started to do this way. I hope you understand. It's just like, they have to take a risk. But once when they take a risk, they don't want to take a big risk. That's why they just choose only some small people first. And once when small people come here, they just hope that these people can give some money to local to help them to run the business. That's all. Surprisingly, Phuket already got required from like high-end people that they're willing to come here by their own private jet and also by the charter flight. People who come by a private jet, they are from Hong Kong, Singapore, and also Malaysia. And for the charter flight, it will be people from Europe. So I guess for the Europe charter flight, I guess it's going to be like a travel agent cooperated with airline and then sell the tour and then send them all directly to Phuket. And of course, Phuket, they say they are so ready to get the tourists to come here, like airport, they are ready, security check, immigration, hospital, and a hotel, and everybody. But however, they said that they need to ask the question to local people, like if local agree to have the tourists to come to Phuket as the first city of Thailand. And if the local people agree, it's going to be definitely opened. For me, I hope that it's going to open, because at least let them try. And if it doesn't work, so why not? Just give it a try. And even though like some people who have a private jet, they're willing to come here for 14 days quarantine, so why not? Come here and support the economy first. Until situation in the world is getting better, I'm sure the country is going to be open international flight for everyone to come here. But the process, what it's going to be like, quarantine or no quarantine, I have no idea about it. It's just like a beginning of what Thailand is going to start it to open the country and accept it to take a risk. I'm pretty sure the doctor will not expect that Thailand is going to have like 0 case of COVID forever. I don't think so. And this is what the doctor said that too. But they just don't want to have like too many people in one day until like they don't have enough bed and too many patients, not enough nurses or doctors, something like that. But with the hospitality, medication, I'm sure Thailand doctor is one of the best. And the process of coming here is just like you need to have COVID-19 free check for 72 hours before you fly in. And once when you arrive Phuket, you need to check at the airport. And after that, you need to have swab test, if I'm not wrong, right? And then you just go to the hotel for alternative state quarantine for 15 nights. Yeah, 15 nights. But this one is different. When I talk about the alternative state quarantine hotels in previous videos, it's just different. This one is a new idea and it seems like much better. They would let you stay at the alternative state quarantine hotel, plus you will have a freedom to be outside for 1 kilometers, if I'm not wrong about this information, okay? For 1 kilometers, you will have a chance to go around within 15 nights. And after that, if you feel like you want to go out, you will be allowed to go out too. For example, like you want to travel next after Phuket, you want to go to Chiang Mai, for example. You have to do alternative state quarantine at the hotel in Chiang Mai for another 7 days. After quarantine 7 days in Chiang Mai, you will have freedom to travel freely. And then before you leave the country, you need to have another swab test. This is a process. So I'm not sure it's good idea or not, but you know, as I mentioned that, why not? Why not just give it a try? If it doesn't work, just change it. But otherwise, Thailand is going to be bad, especially economy. They just need some money. Well, about this idea, some of you say, well, they don't want us, they don't want a foreigner, they only want rich people. I think at the moment, they want only high-end. I mean, I don't say that I agree or I disagree, okay? I only understand that why they think like this, just because they do not want to have too many people to be like out of control. Even this idea, they still haven't like agree and totally make a decision that is going to really 100% happening, because they still see something loosening. Just like, you know, they think just because Phuket is just like an island, so people can escape going to another island. Do you know another island? A very famous another island, I think you know, like PP Island. And some little island, the people just love to go for like 1 day tour. Something like this. The Prime Minister wants people to just get back to just think about, you know, just in case people don't respect the rule and then just escape during alternative state quarantine, what is going to happen. So they're going to figure it out, you know, what to do about this kind of problem if it happens. So they still have like a little bit more than a month before 1st of October. So I believe that they would just sort out everything with a question or a problem, including asking the local Thai people too. If they ask local Thai and local Thai people feel like they do not want to have a tourist coming here because they don't feel safe or they're not ready, the government will not do it. So everything is all depending on the decision of people as well. If people don't want to, they're not going to do it. But I think they want to because they need the tourists, especially Phuket. They need foreigner tourists because Thai tourists rarely go there. Can you tell? Can you guess why Thai tourists rarely go? It's just because it's expensive. One of the reasons that Thai people feel like, oh, I don't want to go to Phuket because Phuket only one foreigner and the price is super expensive, and they just think taxi costs expensive. And of course, Thailand is usually not that expensive, so they could compare like, hey, we can go to another sea, same, but different. So they think like we don't have to go to Phuket, we can go to another beautiful beach and it's cheaper, let's go there. And for tourists, they just feel like, oh, let's go to Phuket. How about me? You think I want to go? Well, I also work. I usually go to Phuket when I have to work, when I have tour. And this is what I experience, like the sea is beautiful, the service is beautiful. Everything is very good except price. It's true. It's expensive. Expensive like we travel abroad. Cost of everything is like, oh my God, like cannot compare with like traveling in Phuket or Chiang Mai is so different. But you know, the cost of living in Phuket is also expensive. So it means that when local people earn, they also pay more expensive than my area here. So I totally understand because you guys come to Phuket. So many of you love Phuket. So I understand about this. So I think it's a good idea to open Phuket as a first city, which is called Phuket model. So I really hope that this idea, this tourism style is going to start it to support people to have better life. And if they just see, you know, it's good, they're going to do in another direction. They're going to do in another region of the country as well. So if it's work, they're going to do in the north like Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai, and also in Isan, which is at the Ubon Ratchathani and Udon Thani, and also Chanthaburi and Rayong in the eastern area, and also for the western area, they're going to do in Ratchaburi and also Kanchanaburi. And also they're going to do also in Krabi and Surat Thani. So Surat Thani is the location of Koh Samui. So I already mentioned about Koh Samui in another video with you. And of course, it can be in Bangkok as well. So woohoo! The reason that I'm happy for whoever work in Bangkok, because I just live here, so I'm happy for whoever get a job, just in case if we started to really have high-end tourists to come here. Because I had experience with high-end tourists before, and I feel like it's funny. And I want to share with you. One day I had like a high-end tourist who came here by a private jet. And of course, the boss is like super rich, very rich guys, and he come along with like his friend, and he paid everything for his friend, and also come along with the bodyguard. And one of the guys on that trip, he really want to go to the toilet so bad. He just like, oh, toilet. And then I just asked for somebody to just use toilet. Usually in Thailand, when we go to the toilet, the cost for the toilet, it costs from like 1 baht, 3 baht, 5 baht, 10 baht, but not more than 20 baht. So usually, mainly like 5 baht is okay. But this guy, it's just because he really wants to go to the toilet so bad. And when he used the toilet, he just come out and he gave to the guy in the front of the bar. It's just like a bar. Just use that bathroom in the bar. He gave to the guy for 1,000 baht. 1,000 baht. I feel like, oh my God, I wanted to tell him like, don't give him. And I feel like, no, I can't say it because he willing to give to that guy, and that guy, he didn't do anything. So when he saw like 1,000 baht, he just grabbed it and put it in a pocket. And me, I feel like, oh my God, I'm so jealous. Yeah, so this is like how high-end tourists. But it doesn't mean that I don't want you guys who are just like ordinary tourists coming to the country. But this is a beginning of how to improve economy in a country to be better within the bad situation in the world. So it means that the tourism for ordinary tourists is not going to start it yet. The border is not open yet as like commercial flight, not yet. And they're just only looking for like just say like a private tour. I think I can call like it's a private tour because they just come directly with a private. So I'm so sorry that another video that you are so disappointed, but I can't stop giving you this news. I can't stop hiding this news. You will find out later. So even though good, bad, you happy or you're not happy, I still have to give you information because this is what I should do. Tell you everything, and the rest of that, it's just for you guys to make a comment, you agree or disagree. I totally respect you. And only one thing that I would love to ask you is just like, please be appropriate with what you want to say to each other. I don't want you to fight to each other, that's all. So you just be nice to each other because, sometimes you probably don't like or disagree. I also understand, but for myself, I'm Thai. I live in my country. It's just like you have a parent. No matter how good or bad parents you have, but you still love your parent, just like me. I just want Thailand to be good, and no matter good or bad, I still love my country. So I hope you understand as well. So emotion, sorry about it. So I hope that this video can give you information. Now I will get lost. I hope that you are happy with the information that I get on this video. So please give me a thumb up. And if you appreciate it with the information that I have for you, you feel like you want to buy me a coffee, you can feel free to buy me a coffee and look for information here. And if you have any question, you want to know about anything, you are more than welcome to just write to me. And thank you so much for watching until the end. สวัสดีค่ะ